Unlike some bodybuilders who prefer to keep their diet and supplement stacks a secret, Eugene's life is an open book.
I'm having right now white fish, 16 ounces, about like 50 grams of carbs of oatmeal, some olive oil, like maybe like tablespoon. I have my vitamins. Actually, I'm taking some jet fuel together because I'm going to do cardio after. Some minerals, vitamin D, fish oil, calcium, vitamin C, and some potassium.
Meal preparation is of paramount importance to the pre-contest dieter, and Eugene's wife, Lena, appears to play an important role in the kitchen.
Well, first I have to say cooking for Eugene is an all-day task. And our food bill, our weekly food bill, is probably somebody's monthly car payments. So, so we start in the morning where he will eat a dozen eggs. He'll usually have 2 whole eggs and 10 egg whites. You know, I cook it with very light olive oil, and I'll make him a portion of oatmeal. He'll have a half a cup of oatmeal. Approximately, it's equivalent to about 30 grams. And that will be his first meal. So that would be approximately a half a cup of uncooked oatmeal and a full dozen eggs. 2 whole eggs, 10 whites. Then we move on to our next meal for Eugene. Okay. During the time of the season when he's doing a lot of carbs, this particular rice cooker cooks about 6 cups of uncooked rice a day. So we do approximately 3 cups in the morning, and he just scoops out during the course of the day, and then 3 cups in the afternoon, and he scoops out another portion, whatever portion he eats during the course of the day. Like I said, 6 cups of uncooked rice would probably feed a small village. Okay? Then we move on to the chicken. He eats an assortment of, it's either chicken breast, and each meal consists of approximately 12 ounces per meal, times 7. So, you know, we go about 6 pounds of food a day with Eugene. So, you know, I'll usually do the chicken breast. I'll cut them very, very lightly, and I'll bake it in the oven. It tenderizes it more because I find that when I grill it, it dries it out. And, you know, when you're eating the same thing day in, day out, you know, you don't want to be chewing for 3 or 4 hours. You don't want your chicken to taste like cardboard. So I'll usually bake it at about 450 for 20 minutes and just make it where the pink disappears. I think he enjoys it best that way. Now I integrate it with some steak or some meat. This would probably last him a full day. This is close to about 6 pounds of steak. I interchange it with the chicken so he doesn't get bored. You know, and again, it depends on when he's dieting. If he's on his off season, he'll add a load of carbs with this. But when he's getting closer to competition, he has to pull back on his carbs. And, you know, of course, he does the moderate fats. He'll do olive oil. We have our little, we did have our little olive oil bottle here, but it's actually right here. He'll add a tablespoon of olive oil per meal. He wants to make sure he gets his fats in. And in addition to that, he makes a really nice healthy salad. This is Eugene's creation. He likes, I think it's therapeutic for him. He likes to shred the lettuce very, very, very thin. And the dressing in there is just basically like a tablespoon of olive oil, some vinegar, and some soy sauce. So that's very simple, very plain. Like I said, as he gets closer to his competition, he cuts back on his carbs. You know, some days he'll do 50 carbs, some days he'll do 100 carbs. It depends on how his body responds. We've got to keep watching him. In addition, we steam a lot of asparagus. So I'll basically make about 2 to 3 of these a day. When he gets closer to competition, I'll do like 3 stalks of asparagus, and that's what he'll eat throughout the day. That's basically what that big man eats during the course of a day. So as you can see, I'm usually in the kitchen about 5 or 6 times a day preparing his meals. In addition to preparing my meals for my children and my meals for myself, but compared to what he eats, I think one of his portions is my entire day portion.
Eugene has been representing GAT Nutrition for a little over a year now. Listen as he enthusiastically discusses the vast array of supplements he employs on a daily basis. I'm over here with Eugene, and we're going to talk a little bit about the GAT product line that Eugene is currently taking in preparation for the Orlando Pro Show in 7 days. Now, I know, Eugene, I know one of your favorite products has to be jet fuel, especially during the dieting phase, not only for the fat burning, but for the energy it gives you before you train. Tell me a little bit about how you use these. So you got your little dog here. I wonder where you got that idea from.
First thing in the morning, I'm taking my jet fuel, like 3 capsules before cardio.
So 3 capsules before cardio in the morning.
Yes, 3 capsules, and taking also like 12.
Well, before we get to the branch change, what does the jet fuel do for you? What do you feel when you take this stuff?
Actually, I start to feel effect about like 20 minutes while I'm doing cardio. I start to feel.
So you take it, and then when you start doing cardio, you actually feel it kick in.
Because because when I'm waking up, like sometimes waking up early, feel a little bit tired, take jet fuel and start to like give me more energy. Like I start to feel like during the day more energetic.
All right, now you mentioned also that you like the branch chain amino acids, especially on an empty stomach. You know, in the morning. How many of these things do you take?
Usually, I'm making mix. I'm taking jet fuel 3 capsules.
Right.
Taking BCA about like 12 capsules because one dose here like 6 capsules, like 5 grams of proteins.
Okay, so you're using this. You're using this because you're doing exercise in an empty stomach. You don't want to lose any muscle.
Don't break my muscles.
Okay, good.
And I'm mixing up also with aminos to 2100.
And this amino product is not a branch chain amino acid. It's a full spectrum amino acid.
Complex, yes.
And there's 2 grams of protein or 2,000 milligrams per pill.
Yes.
How many of these things do you take at a time?
Usually one shot I'm like doing like 30 pills.
Wait, so you take 30 of these?
Yes.
That's 60 grams of protein?
Yes, 60 plus 10 and I count like 70 grams.
All right, so let me get this straight. You take the amino 2100, 60 grams worth, 30 pills. You take 5 pills of the branch chain amino, 12 pills of the branch chain amino acid, and then you take 3 jet fuel before you do anything. When you get up in the morning,
just wake up and
then you do your cardio.
I'm mixing up in a special bottle, not like taking different one. It's usually at night I'm making mix. In the morning wake up, I have my big glass like shaker. Actually hard to swallow, but I'm showing them.
So you got how many of these things you taking?
12.
12. You got 30 of these. That's 42 pills, and another 3. It's 45 pills. Do you swallow them all at one time?
Yes.
All at one time.
Just not just like maybe 3 portions. 1, 2, 3.
And just guzzle them down. And they sit well in your stomach?
Sometimes, like if too dry, like I have to drink more.
How much water would you drink with these? Because people are listening out there, they may want to copy you.
About like 10, 12 ounces of water.
And do you think that the normal person should do this much too, or is this because you're so big that you need to take more?
I'm a big guy, I have to do it because like if I would be like maybe like 200 pounds, I would take maybe 10 this pills, 6, and like normal dose. I'm like 200 pounds, of course.
You're bigger, so you need more.
Yeah, big guy have to take more.
Now I know you've been bragging about Muscle Team. You've been saying how delicious this strawberry is and how much you like this protein. You've been telling me for weeks now. What do you like about this? Is it the strawberry taste, or is it because you're dieting and it just tastes so good?
No, actually, even off season, if you try it once, like you want more. It tastes like real strawberry.
So this stuff is good then. Now, if I drink this stuff, is this going to bother my stomach, or does it sit well in your stomach?
My stomach is well.
Okay.
Like I never taste anything in my life like
that. All right. So you're recommending.
I even recommended my friends like they start to buy it and they like it.
Okay. Now, what about the other flavors? Is this your favorite?
We have also vanilla, actually very good taste, and rich chocolate.
But you like the strawberry the best.
I like strawberry. Yes.
All right. Now, so when would you take this protein while you're dieting? What like during the middle of the day sometime before you train?
Usually between meals.
Between meals.
Between meals also. After my cardio, when I take these pills, right, I'm drinking protein shake. Okay. Plus, I'm mixing up with 1 scoop of Jet Fuse.
Now, Jet Fuse
gives me double energy.
All right, now Jet Fuse is a nitric oxide releasing product, which helps obviously bring blood flow to the muscles, get a better pump, a little stimulation. You use this before you train?
Also, yes, I'm taking 2 scoops before workout, like maybe like 20 minutes.
20 minutes
with protein shake together.
Right.
I'm mixing up.
You mix them together?
Mix them together and drinking it.
All right. So 20 minutes is enough time to get this thing absorbed into your body?
Yes, 20 minutes enough.
All right. And then what do you do?
Actually, while I'm driving to the gym, body is ready. I'm coming to the gym and everything starts to work.
Now you also told me you take the Jet Fuse in the morning too.
Yes.
So you mix this with all these crazy pills you take, and you take Jet Fuse also?
Yeah.
And that's just for energy and for a little bit of a pump on the bike?
Yeah. Not pump, but when I'm taking Jet Fuse, I feel like it's my cup of coffee.
I got you. This is your wake up. You don't drink coffee. This is your coffee.
Yes, yes.
All right, now, there's something interesting because there's a new product, Jet Fuel Pyro, okay? This is a little different than the jet fuel that you're taking. I understand it has a mood stabilizer in it. Now, obviously, when you're dieting, you're going to be very moody and you're going to be uncomfortable.
Cranky,
Have you tried these new samples yet? Do you like this better than the original formula?
It actually makes me feel like, I can't say too peaceful, but I feel more.
You feel peaceful.
Yes.
He feels peaceful. That's good. So this stuff works then.
Yes.
All right. So you got in the morning now. The regular public might not be using these yet, but you're actually not taking these. You're taking these now, right?
Yes.
Okay. With these, with 12 of these, with 30 of these,
Also.
with 2 scoops of these, and with the protein shake.
I forgot to tell, I'm taking also glutamine.
All right. Now, do you take glutamine before or after you train?
I'm taking before workout and after workout. Before cardio and after cardio also.
This seems like a full-time job with all these supplements. So you really use the whole line. A lot of other bodybuilders don't use the whole line. They use a little product here, product here. You use everything.
I use everything.
All right.
I think it works. And I feel
Well, you look great. This is the best I've seen you look since you've been competing. Do you feel confident going into the Orlando show that you're going to do well at this point?
yeah, I feel more comfortable by myself.
All right. Eugene Mission, you heard it. Recently, Eugene guest posed at the NPC Suburban Championships in Paterson, New Jersey. When some of the competitors and officials were asked what they thought about the Russian giant, this is what they had to say.
When I saw Eugene for the first time, I thought he was a freak. The man is huge. The man's gonna be a monster, a big competitor out there.
When I first saw Eugene, he's big as a house. He's a 6-footer, full of muscle. He's huge. He's huge.
First time I saw Eugene Mission, I was just not that impressed. Not that hard, not that big. Like many of the Europeans you see come over. So he just couldn't hold water with the American bodybuilders. So what I saw tonight, though, big difference. Hard, grainy, a lot fuller. Looks very good.
Just saw Eugene on stage. He's a freak. I can't believe he made some big-time improvements this year. He's definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with the next couple shows that he's getting ready for. He looks like a freak tonight.
It's breathtaking. He's unbelievable.
Very big and massive.
Large and in charge. Damn, guy is large.
Definitely one of the biggest guys I've ever seen since the Suburban last year. Definitely he's a stack of muscles, man. He's a freak.
Damn, boy, too big.
I just saw Eugene and wow, he looks big. Wow, what a monster.
Whatever he hits, he destroys.
In 2009, Eugene finally got the chance to meet his idol, Arnold Schwarzenegger, at the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio.
In 2009, I had a chance to meet my idol Arnold Schwarzenegger. Actually, it was at the Arnold Classic at Columbus. My company, German American Technology, had a dinner after show, like special for some companies. We had like Schwarzenegger, Frank Colombo, his family, and like governor of Ohio and another politics people. And we had table close to him. I couldn't believe it. I was there with him. Actually, he came to booth, and he like, oh, how you doing? Like, wow, look at these arms. Very veiny. Actually, I was preparing for show. It was for New York show, and he was. But I don't know. Maybe he sees a lot of guys, and he just like keep going same routine. But he impressed me. Just came to me and he hugged me like and say how you doing.
When asked what it would mean for her husband to qualify for the 2010 Mr. Olympia, Lena doesn't hesitate to answer.
I think it would be the most emotional time of his life. I mean, that has really been a dream of his, just to step onto the Olympia stage. He just wants to compete in that environment, and with all the hard work that he's put in, I know myself, I would start crying immediately. I got emotional last night when he was guest posing. So I think it would be a very strong, very emotional point for him.
When Eugene is presented with the same scenario, for the first time in our interview, he's at a loss for words.
Wow. I would feel like Schwarzenegger, because I was watching all the time like Pumping Iron, and I see how these guys, they just like, I have no words.
I'll be back.